what do you think about the fact that Shallot is now fusing with another character within the game where he's basically a doppelganger Gogeta?
I don't know if I have a comment for that.
Fair enough.
I mean, I feel like there's always going to be like replicas of somebody in a sense.
I feel like this is the first time we've ever seen something like that happen, though.
Probably. But
Because
it's not real. So it don't even matter.
Correct. It's not real.
It's not real. You know?
I remember the one time where you made the comparison to being to like, this shit is Mario Party. I don't know where you got that shit from, but yeah, that was funny. So yeah, what do you think?
Oh, well, in my I guess in my professional opinion, I don't give a shit.
That's a good way to put it.
Oh, that's that good shit.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ooch. I'm here with my brother Ooch and the homie Kai, and we are back again. Once again, how y'all doing today? Boys, children of all ages, the trifecta is here. Oh yes, and happy motherfucking New Year, brother. Who's taking it away?
2023. Right?
Oh, yeah.
New number.
Yeah, new number. Correct. You got it.
Coming fresh, coming clean. Wash your asses. You know what I mean? Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, scrub, a dub.
There it is. There it is. That was fire. That was beautifully said. That's how we start the show. That's how we started off with the new year, because by the time this is out, it is 2023. So congratulations to a new year to everybody, and welcome, if you're new for whatever reason, to the Full Power Podcast. All right, this you boys. This is the most real podcast out there, talking about a lot of anime and all that kind of good stuff. You know, I feel it necessary to do these this little intro now, just because, you know, new year, people are probably looking for some new shit to listen to and everything. So if you try to listen to some real ones, then look no further, because we got all the buttons. All right, shout outs to Barney. Anyway, so brother, how you doing today, sir?
I'm all right. You know, got out of work, drove a bit. Getting back doing the pod.
Hey,
That's about it.
all right, sounds good. Mr. Kai Cast Summer this. How you doing today, sir?
Yes, hello. I'm chilling. It's been pretty chill today. Contrary to the past few days where I've just been kind of like sifting through so many videos and setting shit up. But yeah, I've been chilling today, so it's been relaxing.
Good, very good. Now here's the thing, right? So we have this new year now, and a lot of new things to look forward to in the future. And clearly, you know, there's some things that are going to be changing, right? Some of which are already changing. Look at my man's setup. Look at his setup. My man is cooking. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, because we're going to have something for y'all to check out eventually when everything is nice and ironed out and whatnot. But let's get some of the formalities out of the way before we get into that discussion. So if you're looking to get some extra episodes out of us, hear your name shout out at the end of these episodes, definitely hit us up, Full Power Podcast, over on the Patreon page to continue supporting. Obviously, it's gonna help, you know, the studio and everything like that. We're trying to have our shit look like Kai. You know what I'm saying? That shit's gonna be looking sick. All right. And if you have a comment, question, concern, business inquiry, or fan art, or if you're trying to sponsor us, hit us up, fullpowerpod@gmail.com. That's fullpowerpod@gmail.com. And hit us up on the Bluebird over on Twitter at Full Power Pod. All right, and we've already since hit over 100 followers on over on Twitter, which is nice. So yeah, we're in the 3 digits now over on the Twitter. And you know, the channel over here on YouTube and everything is growing. It's growing nice and steadily, which is pretty nice. So this kind of segues into like kind of what I'm trying to get at here with this new year 2023 is goals. Trying to freaking see the future, or predict, or just try to, you know, continue to work towards
the vision.
The vision. Oh, I like that. I like that. The vision, right? So we hit the 1,000 mark within the first 9 months of me creating this channel for YouTube, because no secret, right? Because season 1 and 2, I think, or no, season one, my bad. I'll scratch
Season
that.
1.
Yeah, season 1. Season 1 was all done exclusively at a time on my personal channel over at Uchi, right? So that was the original home of Full Power Podcast. So the podcast has been around for, some time. However, the difference was that back then there was no like structure as far as like the schedule. Okay, I'm gonna be completely real, because there was times where literally we would go weeks, months, even no episodes, right? And it happens, life and everything like that. Priorities was segregated across a bunch of different other things and projects and what have you. But then when I was coming out of my rut with trying to figure this whole content creation thing out and trying to, get out of this number that I was just stuck at, on that channel, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start changing things, change my mindset, change how I'm doing things, and just try to stay as positive as possible and just keep going forward. Because I actually recently just finished watching Luke Cage, and shout outs to Pops Barbershop, okay? Pops, he said something went like this. He goes, always forward, never backwards, right? That's bars. All right, and even though we're not talking about no Marvel here, we probably could at some point. But either way, right? I mean, actually, we do. We because fucking Toriyama be watching that shit and putting in Dragon Ball. Okay, so that's just real. But either way, that can be definitely shared and said and applied to just about anything. So I'm looking forward. So of course, ever since then, I was like, all right, you know what? Let's buckle down. Let's get this shit going. Schedule. Boom. Here we are. Made the channel. I was like, all right, you know what? Let's give Full Power Podcast its own space. So made the channel. Boom. 9 months later, 1K on the dot. Matter of fact, we're at like 1,100 now to be exact. 11 something, right? So what I want to hear from y'all, I want to hear what you guys would like to see come next for the Full Power Podcast. And it doesn't matter what it is. Goals, setup, don't matter. Like what you want to see out of this shit in 2023.
Kyle first.
Yo, why do you always do this shit to this man? Always.
Yo, I mean, without a doubt, setups got to be, one of the few things that always is on the come up, because like look at that little studio you got going on. I'm trying to be part of that. I couldn't be left in the dust in my little ass room. You know what I mean? I had to do something to keep up.
Yeah, chill.
But yeah, that's definitely one of them. I'd like to think that we have more real Dragon Ball shit to talk about, but yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure, because I do feel like we've talked about so much of it, and there's so much more we always could discuss or debate on or theorize or just rewatch Legend, because hey, why the fuck not?
True.
So
It's facts.
we have all this stuff that we could talk about. So it just made me reflect on it, because lately people have been doing the fusion debate again.
What, fuse?
Yeah. But the whole Vegito Gogeta thing, I think it was, yeah. So people have been talking about that, and I went back and I rewatched our fucking old ass episode on that shit.
Oh yeah, because of course we talked about it already.
Because we talked about it already.
Of course you did. Do you remember what season? Like 1 or 2?
Dude, it was 1. I think it was within the first 10 episodes we talked about it.
See that shit you guys got to go back in the time chamber and check out, because
we said some really good shit too.
Yo,
like still to this day, I don't see other people saying some of the things that we mentioned in that video, which is cool.
And the special part about that is that's when Kai and I was in the same fucking room doing those episodes. So you want to time travel, go check that shit out, because we was upstairs doing that shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that video aged really well.
That's what's up. That's good. See, that at least makes me feel good that, I mean, of course, because like we this is how we've been our whole lives, right? Like we started off just having these conversations over the phone, and then I was like, yo, come on this podcast with me, and we have the same conversations. That's literally it, right?
Yeah, we just one take it.
Right. That's all it is. That's really all it is. That's same thing with the reactions, right? So is there anything else that you want to add to what you're trying to see in 2023?
Yeah, I'd like to see I definitely like to see involvement with more guests, not for the publicity's sake, but because I'm curious as to what the other people that are deeply plugged into the Dragon Ball community have to say about certain topics, because there are some very hot ones, and everybody, especially in the Dragon Ball community and now the fucking My Hero community, those are the two wildest shits I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, people go crazy for this shit, and I always like to hear good logistical thinking on something that maybe I don't agree with, because it can always help me understand something.
Okay, that's good shit. To speak a little bit on the guest thing, right? I would totally love to see some other guests, right? Because so far we've had Nasir, legend creator, for those that don't know, Geekdom several times, right? The biggest Dragon Ball YouTuber, self-proclaimed, well, not really self-proclaimed, but he is, right? But
yeah,
and then the one time we had Roxo, the one time, right? So out of those three people, two of them are obviously more involved with Dragon Ball community. Roxo, he's just a fan, right? So like, the thing about guests that I know that I would want to make sure remains is that they at least have some sort of, like, they give me a vibe that like I'm not gonna get worried if they come on here and then they start talking fucking shit. Okay, like, and I'm not saying like, like, obviously not even like the bad mouth obvious shit, but just like they just out here with YouTube comment ass, the bad kind, like, kind of takes. I'm not having that. I don't want to have that, right? I said this last time. I would love to have Jordan the Dragon Lee, okay? Because he's a genius, great dude. Talked to him plenty of times. He's in my Discord, and he's a pleasure to learn from. I feel like he'd be too big brain for you, though.
Who?
Jordan. Okay, so you don't know who he is, because I don't see how you would know. But Jordan is essentially somebody that understands Dragon Ball deeper than a lot of people, because he looks at Journey to the West, which is what Dragon Ball is based off of.
Oh.
See? You see what I mean? You see? So, but a lot of the connections that he makes into how Toriyama writes and like the inspiration that he takes from is always interesting. So we would all learn something new if we had Jordan on. That'd be fire. I do know, I don't know if you know of MJ. MJ, as far as I know, he still helps edit some of Geekdom's videos, if not all of them. I don't know how much work Geekdom has him doing, but MJ, he's already put it out there that he would definitely, he would be down to be on here at some point. And I know MJ, he's a Jiren head. So that would be interesting to resurface a Jiren versus Broly fucking conversation, but I don't know. Things like that is just like, how many times could we really have those types of conversations? Like, no offense to like anybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in general. Like you already brought up something that I forgot about.
Yeah, it's just because there's limited information on it, and if we've already talked about it extensively once, it's it's nothing new. We're just gonna repeat ourselves.
Exactly. Like I totally slipped my mind completely that recently Gogeta and Vegito conversations resurfaced, and it all but has to do with the death battle that came out that I totally forgot about. And I haven't even watched yet. And to be honest, I feel like I know who wins, but again, I don't know because I didn't watch it. I do want to react to it because there have been like certain death battles that I have saved for reaction purposes. And a lot of them obviously, of course, have, the Dragon Ball characters in it. I did a Pokemon versus Digimon one, which I learned a lot on that fucking death battle. I realized Digimon is way more broken than fucking Pokemon. That's dude, like they shouldn't even be. This is why I don't like doing the crossing over of certain like franchises, because it's not fair. It really isn't. It's just sometimes it's not fair, or it doesn't make sense. Like, why are we doing this? Like, I don't know why people would actually want to see Ichigo versus Naruto. Like one is completely themed differently. Everyone got weapons. They're using, you know, swords and shit. And the other is like all techniques. Not to say that Bleach doesn't have techniques and shit, but like it's just different. Fundamentally, it's all different. You know? But then it's like, oh, but Naruto, they use kunai and shuriken. No, not the fucking same. It is not the same. Like it is completely different. Like you see more hands to hands in Naruto than you do, you know, like real, like of course there's some characters like Killer Bee or like Sasuke. You know, Sasuke when he with the sword out, you know, Kisame, you know, I trust me, I remember. Okay, like there's some characters, but that's like, look at the off comparison. Bleach, everybody got a weapon. Like who doesn't have a weapon? I can't even think of anybody right now. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Yoriichi?
Dude, Ichigo versus Trunks. What you mean?
Okay, but see, that's like very situational. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be like, okay, because they're sword characters.
I would low-key still choose Ichigo.
That's facts.
Over that.
I'm not. Oh wait, wrong one. That's not. I'm not even gonna lie. Especially after the shit we just saw. I can't even say nothing. Go watch the reaction. Yeah, no, right. So, but yeah, but bring back to my point, right? Like the fact that Death Battle came out, I'm like, okay, like. This is gonna cause some fucking shit. But funny enough and conveniently enough, and like, I shouldn't say conveniently because it makes it sound like he had this all planned out and he knew, but he didn't know. Geekdom put out his Vegito vs. Gogeta literally the day after the death battle dropped. And he told me, he goes, dude, I'm a fucking god, right? He said, I didn't even know they was doing this shit and I just saw this and I had this video cooked already. He's like, I'm about to drop this right after there.
He hates Death Battle though.
Yeah. So, but of course, if you want the real insight, I would check out Geekdom's video, of course, too. You know, just to, you know, get more on that whole topic. But yeah, pretty soon I'm gonna have to react to that. Cause I totally forgot. But like, that's another thing. I just like people they're talking about shit like this. I'm just like, I keep scrolling. I don't even bother, you know, because we've already talked about it. It doesn't really do anything for me anyway, because just like, okay, like this is a very super Dragon Ball Heroes head-ass situation anyway. The chances of them to write a story where it's like a fusion world or something where they're able to pull out both of the variations at the same time, like that seems very video game-esque, just even saying it out loud. So like for the future, I highly doubt it. If they did it, I wouldn't complain.
But the thing is that it's not so much. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what the death battle was a battle between the two fusions, but it's definitely about the conversation of who's stronger, because that's what people just fucking flip out about.
Well, right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't really have, you know, the time nor not really. Well, yeah, I definitely don't have the time, but I don't have the care to see people's fucking, like, you know, hissy fits over like who's not the better one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all about my facts. I might have favorites. That's a different F word, okay? Right? Because like I'm a Gogeta guy, clearly. But like if it comes out that Vegito is factually stronger for X amount of reasons, okay, he has it. Yeah. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. You know what I'm saying? People will lose sleep over it.
I mean, I like both.
I do like both too.
I like both. They're the same fucking characters.
Yeah, it's interesting how they operate differently though. Like I don't like in its own right.
Sure. Like it's just, you know,
like,
it's just
one's with earrings, one's without earrings.
Yeah. Like yo, imagine one day
one's with earrings, one's with a crop top.
Yeah, like and then imagine one day they decide to hit us with a new fucking fusion technique and it's our third character. Are people gonna be ready for that shit?
That shit would make zero sense.
Of course it would make zero sense right now. Because why the fuck would they do that? Because right now we just know a dance and earrings.
Unless they upgraded the earrings.
Or
like, you know what I mean? Like new earrings, new form. Or like new body or whatever.
Who this?
Right.
Extended time.
Like the idea of the idea of the earrings is dope, because he's like you put one, the other one puts one,
then you can
and then they fucking pop together, right? So that's like if they had any other type of fusion, I feel like it would have to be one of those contactless fucking fusions that like you see other races do. Like,
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying?
Like
because
Namekians almost.
Namekians and shit, you know, like there's all these other races that already have this. And guess what? What the fuck do these Saiyans do? They just learn everyone else's shit because they don't got nothing else to do.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Monkey see, monkey do. I'm telling you, one day.
What is a Saiyan original attack? And I don't want to hear about like Bardock's fucking, I forgot the name of it already, but you know what I'm talking
Riot
about.
Javelin from the video games.
Yeah. So I'm talking about something that's like, you know, an actual attack that we know Saiyans do.
Oh,
Can't think of one because that's.
Are you talking about like an attack that every Saiyan like just has? Or
yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say Gallic Gun, but that's Vegeta. But Trunks did it too, so I don't know.
Because monkey see, monkey do.
The Ozarus. That's
yeah,
it.
they transform into Ozarus. But that's not an attack though. That's a transformation.
Mouth blast if they wanted to.
From the Ozaru.
Well, Broly did it without it.
I mean, Broly different.
He is different. He is definitely different. Yeah, I mean, but you know what's funny about that? That's a great
mouth
question.
Blasted too.
Say that again.
Goku mouth blasted too.
Yeah. So like, oh yeah, that's right. He did. Oh, in the manga.
I'm pretty sure other races
in the manga,
like Piccolo, fucking does that shit too. I'm pretty sure.
What, mouth blast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's
nothing special,
move.
right? I mean, I wasn't. Not that it has to be fucking unique, but I was just trying to figure out something. So that's a great question that you ask because like, that just makes you realize that like, the Saiyan warrior race, from what we've seen, has always derived off of their great apes, the Ozarus. Because we haven't seen nothing else besides like them making their fake moons to transform. But that's basically that's always been what they've been based around. But there hasn't been anything like unique outside of that they have. Everything else, the point you're trying to make is like, oh, okay, Goku learned Kamehameha from Roshi. Right. You know, then he learned Kaioken. Then he learned instant transmission. And then they had solar flare.
Spirit bomb.
Spirit bomb. Like everything in Goku's arsenal for sure as the model, he's taken from everybody. They learned destruction eventually. Then they learned
what's that new power? Give me that.
Exactly. They're just like the infinite RPG character that's always just getting new equips and shit, and they just constantly adding to the repertoire. So boom. Okay. Yeah, that's a great point. And I don't think anyone's ever asked that fucking question because like everyone's too busy talking about trivial shit, you know, like it is what it is. So that was good. That was good. So was there anything else 2023 related that you wanted to see happen before I asked this guy? Because by now you better have a fucking answer.
I mean, I would definitely like to see some growth in the channel and some growth in our discussions as well. But yeah, I feel like it's definitely gonna be a slow process no matter what. So I'm just ready to give it our all.
Throw a number out there. What subscriber count do you want us to hit by December 31st next year? Or 2023 this year?
December 31st next year?
Of 2023. I'll be specific.
No, we going big. 5K.
Ooh.
Shit, I was gonna say 10.
Damn, 10.
I was gonna say 10 too, but 1 year, that's kind of, I don't know.
Nah, there's niggas out there that really be growing like 200,000 in a year.
Listen.
Actually, you know what? We start putting out those shorts. 10 might not be out of reach.
Well, honestly, this is what I was gonna say as far as 2023. So, I mean, I would say we should try to implement more lives because that'll give us more like attention, more traction and shit like that, because people do like that.
Yeah.
And then like, I mean, obviously aside from
implement what,
like donation potential,
lives, like live stream,
like whether it's from YouTube or Twitch or whatever, like those are like, because then we'll be able to conversate with, you know, the fans and shit, and then from more people entering those, like we'll probably get more subscribers that way, because we got a couple on the last live, you know, from other people probably sharing it and shit like that. So I mean, it's not an idea maybe to implement.
But that's also
Like-
because we had geeked him with us.
Well, yeah, true.
He was a factor. He helped for sure, nonetheless.
Yeah, no,
of
but
course.
like we don't necessarily always need to have a guest to do live. So like,
No, of
you
course
know,
not.
So like even if we
True.
only we did a live for like an hour or two or some shit like that, maybe then more people, more attention, and then
And it's already the same vibe for us because we low key be doing this live like every week. Like I said, it's like it's one take, so it's just without the
Yeah.
comment section.
Facts.
Really.
I mean, so like, just got. I mean, consistent with the pod, nice. We got our little once a week type of thing for now, I guess. And then we do our extras when we can, and then but like if we were to implement the lives, then I feel like it would help the growth for sure, and along with the new shorts shit, I guess.
Short shit.
Short shit.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's true. I like these answers. Very good answers. So to summarize from what we were just talking about, 5 to 10K in subscribers.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because I got some shit.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, the more we upload, like whether it's from lives or even I guess from a podcast perspective, we should technically grow a lot faster.
Well, you know what? This is a good little powwow that we're having for this episode, because honestly, like I really do believe that if we were to actually have like a few shorts a day in between the main episode like releases, in theory that should give us a lot more of a following, right?
We won't be able to keep up with the comments.
But that's not a bad thing.
That's not a bad problem.
That's not a bad thing. I'm not complaining about it.
Because
I'm just throwing it out there.
if we can't keep up with the comments, then that's a lot more content to maybe drive off of
That's what we need to
at
be.
some point. So
Yeah.
because then, I mean, we always can pick and choose, but like we can, I guess decipher what we decide to talk about, or like even save a couple for the lives, so that way we have something to talk about. But then like the fans will stem off of whatever we're talking about, and then we'll just do what we do, I guess.
I like that.
And that'll
Okay.
be alive. Like it's not. I don't think it's that deep.
Oh man, got the
I
strats.
don't know.
Okay. Nah, I like what I'm hearing. So right now, as far as the lives are concerned, we've only had 2, right? We only had 2 live episodes. So we did one when we celebrated 500, and then we did another when we celebrated 1,000. So then I said, okay, we'll come back around like 1,500. So the pattern that I didn't realize that we were having is every 500 subs, we do a live episode. So like, the question becomes, do we keep that, or do we just at some point, once we hit, let's say like we hit like a more of a grander goal, like let's say we hit like 5,000 subscribers, or like let's say we hit like 25 or 3K, just to like kind of even it out a little bit more. At that point, it just becomes like, okay, if we hit this, then we will try to commit to doing a live episode like this often. Like, you think that would make sense to do, as far as like, that's like a grander goal? Because then once we're at that point, then it's just like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
I mean, I don't know if we should technically like only limit ourselves to do lives when we hit a count. But I mean, it's not a terrible thing, but I feel like we should just try to be a little consistent with it, as far as like maybe like, I don't know. Shit, it really just depends on the week. But like, I'm gonna just say like maybe 2 times a month or something like that, or so, like until we get to a certain subscriber count to where like we can do it maybe more often or something like that. I don't know.
You want to know a long-term goal that I've had just chilling up in here for the longest time? I would want to do a live every fucking day. Okay.
But that would require like no other job.
No, well, obviously, well, that's the thing. That's a long-term goal, right? Because I would, man, look, for full power out of control. This
That's out of control.
That is out of control, right? They got to live up to the name. All right, we have to just keep doing what we're doing. I feel like maybe, who knows? Maybe we might hit that. I don't know. That'd be great to in the future we reference back to this episode, like, yo, remember when we fucking talked about all this shit, and like here we are, like that'd be nice. But
we would have to. We would definitely do it shorter segments. I don't think we'd be doing a full hour.
well, so there's as far as some examples I could give you, right? Certain wrestling channels, because I'm a wrestling fan for those that don't know. I follow wrestling outside of anime, and there's some accounts that that I follow that they have some really good structure, where one of them literally does they do several live episodes a day, but they're bigger. It's not just like, we're just 3 people, right? They have like, they have like 2 people at this time, and then like a few hours later, it's like a radio. It's like then they have like 2 other dudes that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know if we'd ever get that big.
They probably do that for like continuous donations throughout the day.
It's not even just
But it's not just about.
it's not about the donations,
no.
because they're big enough to where like they have people that are subscribing to their website. Like we don't even have our own fucking shit like that. We're just using YouTube and Patreon and whatnot. I mean, now people can become members on the YouTube channel to get the emotes, because we got emotes now. And then you can also drop this thing called Super Thanks, which I always forget that exists. But that's basically just how a super chat is when you're live, except it's for videos. So like you just leave a tip on your comment, and then it just gets like, it's more noticeable, I guess. And then, it's a way to support your creators and shit like that, which I'm like, wow, like YouTube is really trying to make any little thing like possible for people like us to like you just make a buck off of or something like that, which is nice. But I feel like sometimes that can like discourage people, because they're just like, oh my god, like I could be a Patreon, or I could be a member, or I could drop a super thanks, or PayPal, or fucking draw them a picture, email it. Like there's a lot of ways to support, right? But I could totally understand how that can literally get like, a little much at times, but yeah, I feel like, as far like, so I'm gonna bring it back, right? So like I said, long term, I would love to do that, where it's like we're that big to the point where we can stream like every day, right? But to be more realistic for 2023, I definitely want to see this channel get to at least 5K. Like 5K to 10K would be ridiculous. And I don't think it's impossible, only because I can speak off experience. When I was at 2, and I'm talking about my channel, I was at 2K. The super reaction started taking off. My shit was at 10K in a week. Okay? It's possible.
Damn.
I'm speaking off of experience. I can't, it's rare. Okay? It's rare. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, it is possible. And obviously, we're this is a Dragon Ball centric podcast, even though we do stem off and talk about other animes and whatnot sometimes, especially for the extras. The extras, we try not to talk about fucking Dragon Ball. Okay? Like that's like part of the initiative with them shits.
Yeah.
Yo, could YouTube flag us for doing like live reactions?
Yes, depending, because I'll check. All right. So more experience. So when I was trying, there was a point in time where I was trying to catch up with Super Dragon Ball Heroes, because I was like, oh, I need to catch up, right? So fuck it, why not just do it live, right? So I went. This is a rare occasion when I was live streaming on my YouTube channel, and I had all the episodes right there, right? And I had people coming and watching, reacting with me and everything. But then my shit got hit mad quick because I was live. Yeah.
Damn.
So it depends on what it is. Like if it's something like, like people want us to react to like funny shit or like skits or videos that are not like, like we're not watching a whole episode, unless it's fan made, then there are some parameters that we'd have to meet. But like, it's not that we can't, but it's just certain things, just like with anything else.
That's kind of stupid though, because like there's a lot of content creators that react off of like other videos, whether it's anime or not. Like I'm just talking about in general.
Oh no, well,
they react off of another video.
No, yeah, like in general we could. It just depends on the video. Like
for our case, like Dragon Ball, like let's say an episode came out and we wanted to do a live reaction.
No, that's a dub.
Like that's crazy.
That's a hard dub. We can't do that. No. There was once upon a time there was a platform that existed for that exact reason. But they died in like 2 months.
Shit.
Yeah. And I was one of the first adopters of it because they reached out to me. They were like, "Oh, like we're trying to get all these like big reactors." And at the time I was a fucking big reactor. Imagine that, right? I was known as one of those, right? And then they had me on the front page with like a couple other guys and like people in general that was reacting to just anime and, you know, whatever. And the system itself actually, it functionally worked for what it was. Like, it was a place where you go to watch shit that you normally couldn't watch otherwise with a stream, like with a chat. And people could, like, just like, you know, on Twitch or YouTube, they could donate. You know, they could, like, instead of bits, it was popcorn. So you like popcorn the, you know, the person or whatever. So it was cool. But I guess it just didn't really, you know, it only worked for like 2 months, and then they folded because I guess they weren't making enough money. Because thinking back to it, I don't think they had like a subscription kind of like thing going on as to where, you know, like with Twitch and YouTube, you can literally, like, they make their money off of ads and, you know, whatever, right? And so when you have someone that's subscribing, you're not just subscribing to the person you're subbing to, you're subscribing to Twitch as well, because you're avoiding ads, and ads is what pays for, you know, the platform to just stay afloat, you know, keeps the lights on, all that kind of stuff. And that's, you know, how people like us, when we say like, oh, like, you know, support, it keeps the lights on, that shit's fucking real. Like, that's not like, you know, just a saying. Like that money goes towards keeping the lights on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So, you know, like, that would, you know, that'd be cool to do, except, you know, it had to be certain videos. It depends. But there was something else I wanted to say in regards to that, but I totally lost it. Yeah, maybe it'll come back to me later. But aside from the sub goal, yeah, I would totally love to see more people just, you know, really vibe with us, and like, and you could tell when people do, just because, like, you know, the comment section's flooded. Like, I want to have good problems, and by good problems I mean like there's so much support that we get to the point where we just don't even know what to do. But that's the beauty of doing all this, is because, like, we're just 3 dudes that just unfortunately love Dragon Ball and like, we are just, you know, just trying to talk about all the good stuff and the bad, and, you know, just hear y'all thoughts, interact, you know, bounce off each other. And there's been a lot of times where, like, some episodes they straight up come off of a comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some folks out there that really just know how to construct their criticism, and they know how to formulate a great thought or a concept. And whether it's through an email or a comment that gets dropped, or even in Twitter, like, there's been some that have been like, oh shit, and then I just bring it here. So yeah, the interactivity is definitely something that I would love to see more of going forward in 2023. And you know what? I pray to fucking Zeno that super or whatever the hell it is, that shit comes back when it's supposed to, because I'm sure you're tired of getting hoed. I'm sure you're tired of getting hoed. I'm over getting hoed. Okay, all together. I just want this anime to come back already. I don't care if it's web. I don't care if it's on Crunchyroll. I don't even care if it's on Disney Plus. Let me take that back, because I know someone's gonna freak out in the fucking comments right now. Okay, taking that for regular. No, Disney does not own it. Okay, it doesn't. But yeah, I don't care. I need this shit to just come back. Okay, and it's not, and I'm not saying that because I'm expecting for that to come back and then all of a sudden we're all eating like really well. No, I just want something regular to happen so that we have like fresh shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these episodes, they come off of just whatever, anything. And we have the creative juices to just be like, oh, this is something that we haven't mentioned, or this is something that we haven't talked about. And that's in addition to all of the other fucking things that we've talked about several times, aka Gohan Beast and Superhero. Like, how many times.
Stop.
See, there it is. Okay, I'm done. I ain't have to say no more. So that's one of the biggest reasons that I would have to, really want this anime to come back, because like the manga's fine, but that's once a month. You know what I'm saying? And then try and not even saying try stretching that out for a month. We do it every fucking week. Every week that has happened, that's been the formula. Like every time that happens, okay, cool. Like we have something to talk about. I react to it, then we bring it to the podcast. We talk about that shit. We go over the chapter, and then like it'll bleed into other episodes, preceding it. But then like at some point, it's just like, all right, well, they got another character in Dokkan battle. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so aside from that, yeah, those are just the things that I'm looking forward to the most, that I really I want to see for us. I seeing the growth happen. I want to get this fucking studio finished. Okay, I need to get this shit done. We need to get this shit done.
What are you trying to do?
Okay, so yeah, that's a great question, right? So the people are not in the dark. What the fuck are we actually trying to do? Okay, so I keep it real, full transparency. Okay, we are literally, obviously, in my basement, right? There's no secret. We're in our basement, all right? And these black drops that we have, I try to make it look as like, all right, like as possible. I got these fucking little like tablecloth johns to just keep the desk looking clean. Yo, underneath these shits, the wood got a little fucked up when I moved back home. Okay, so that's why I had to get these. This, if you touch this, it will fall. This shelf that's holding up all my expensive ass figures and shit. If you touch this, it will fall. Which is, I was surprised when you fucking took out Goku that one episode, when you do the burning attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit, funny as hell. But I was like, I'm so grateful that the whole thing didn't just topple over after that. Because then that would have been a disaster. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is that I want to take, if it's not this, but we need to put something that's more sturdy up against the entire back wall. So that way we can either get one of those corner shelves and then put more like display kind of shit behind us, so we're more closer to the wall here, because there's like a bunch of space that is being taken up right now because of the angle that I had to put these things on. Because the illusion is that this is all one fucking big ass drape or whatever, but it's not. It's two. The shelf is hiding the ugly ass gap that is being left, so you can see this fucking unfinished ass basement that we are in right now. So I would, of course, love to get to a point where, through, of course, the help of you guys, whether it's super chat, super thanks, Patreon, whatever, right? To just be able to fully finish this section right here, so that it is like super doped up, dapped up, whatever the phrase is, and like more figures. And then, I didn't forget, I'm gonna get the frames for all the art that you and Crystal got for this fucking shit. And like, I'm not even gonna lie, like I would even go as far as like putting the lights on the fucking ceiling to like just kind of bring down, because right now they're on tripods, of course, and upgrade the camera, get several cameras, get that fucking stream deck going on so I can switch the shots, focus on you, focus on me, focus on this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll be fire. Lights, okay? Had one, but then I realized I'm tired of bringing this shit up and down, so I left it upstairs for my stream. So yeah, overall, just a lot of quality of life things. And when the studio gets like more finished, then I feel like, okay, now we can call ourselves season 4 right there. Because right now we're in season 3.
Season 4.
Yeah. Because then that would have been like a really big like change or whatever. So yeah. But yeah, those are like all the things I could think of outside of all the obvious. And you know, and then of course, you know, because I'm wearing an exclusive right now. And that's a long-term goal, merch. Long-term.
Oh yeah, we've been cooking up ideas with that for a hot minute now.
Yeah. We're very ambitious, and there's a lot of things that we'd love to do. I mean, you know what? I was just about to say, making appearances. Listen, we actually might do that already for Nasir. You know what I'm saying? For KamehaCon in Texas. And there's like a very high chance of that actually happening because like I've been straight up told that I'm going. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So like I think that shit would be sick for the three of us to be there, you know, I don't know if we like if we was to go and if that was something that we would have the opportunity to like do like a panel for, that would just be a way to just do live episodes or a live episode. And then who knows, like I don't know what Nasir's plans are, but like I know the whole con is literally like the direction is all at him. Like they're focusing and theming the whole convention around Legend, which is legendary. Yeah. That's fucking amazing, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that all plays out. And to just like even just to fucking hang out with him in person, like that should be fucking crazy. So yeah, that's that's like everything. That's everything that I could think of. That, you know, whether it's long term or like within this year. Because realistically, guys, like I don't even like, as much as I would love to do everything right now, like especially with merch and stuff like that, it's not ideal right now. Like if we hit like 10,000, okay, then we'll talk to y'all again. Okay,
merch,
right? We say that like a Pokemon. Merch. But yeah, yo, feel free to drop your ideas. What kind of merch would you like to see out of us? Mugs, more hoodies, more shirts.
What kind of things would you like to see us change with these setups?
Nah, we should definitely get like some shorts.
Some shorts
for the gym.
Yeah, see, we're on the same wavelength with that shit.
But above the knee.
Yes,
knee
I know. I already know. Don't worry, you gotta tell me twice. Above the fucking knee only.
A little bit.
Gotta show off the fucking
a little bit.
The fucking shits. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So all right. So aside, moving on from, you know, all the 2023 shit and everything like that. The one thing I wanted to get you guys' opinion on that I was holding on to, right? And I mentioned it a little earlier, was I briefly brought up like Dokkan, right? I'm not talking about Dokkan, fuck that. I'm talking about Legend, the other one. Of course, right? So, do you know who Shallot is?
Rings a bell.
Okay. But... Shallot is like the main character of that game. He's the dude that wears the blue, and he's like a Saiyan, of course, that was lost, and I don't fucking know, whatever. That's usually how the video games go with these fucking things, right? You know who Shallot is? Okay. So, over time, Shallot has, of course, evolved. Much like all the Saiyans do. You know? No secret. He's gone Super Saiyan, and now he's apparently Super Saiyan God. Good for Shallot, right? There you go. Get your dings, Mr. Shallot, right? So now, this motherfucker fused with somebody. Okay? You saw it. And this guy looks exactly like Gogeta. And I was like, why? That's the only thing I said. And I kept scrolling. So I'm just like curious. What do y'all think about this?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you think about the fact that Shallot is now fusing with another character within the game where he's basically a doppelganger Gogeta?
I don't know if I have a comment for that.
Fair enough.
I mean, I feel like there's always going to be like replicas of somebody in a sense.
I feel like this is the first time we've ever seen something like that happen, though.
Probably. But it's not real. So it don't even matter.
Correct. It's not real.
It's not real. You know?
I remember the one time where you made the comparison to being to like, this shit is Mario Party. I don't know where you got that shit from, but yeah, that was funny. So yeah, what do you think?
Oh well, in my I guess in my professional opinion, I don't give a shit.
That's
But,
a good way to put it.
Give a shit. Why
I
you
did-
why
I
would
did-
you look at their souls like that? You like fucking looked right at the camera like I don't give a shit.
I just had to make it. I had to make myself clear, you know. I did see somebody post. I forgot who it was, but I did see somebody post something interesting about the fusion clothing, which was that like those little fucking those little pool tubes on their shoulders,
the
those little
floaties.
croissants, those that they're specifically yellow in any official released fusion,
So far.
i.e. Yeah, so far, i.e. Gogeta Blue, Gotenks, and now this motherfucker. But
Right,
I thought that
right.
was interesting because I was like, oh, great, more color shit.
Yo, you know what's fucked up? Imagine if they ever was to like be head ass and be like, you know, we're gonna actually go out of our way this time to make a non-canon film, and then Gogeta got the orange, and then Bardock has his original green and red. You know, like all these things, and then for some reason Trunks gets purple back. Oh my god! Oh my god! No,
This is
no,
ridiculous.
stop. Okay, yeah. My thoughts on the whole matter is just like I said, wow. And I'm just like, dude, like, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't even play this game anymore. So like, why am I even getting mad? Or like, I'm just gonna keep. But then it doesn't stop there. I saw something else from the same game. And it actually has something to do with Gogeta this time. Gogeta got a new transformation. Wanna know what it's called, Brandon? Ultra Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, aka Ultra Super Saiyan Blue.
Okay.
Look at Kai.
Bro, what the fuck?
So visually, there is nothing, like there's no changes. Like it's like oh, like the gradient of his aura is a little bit different. My bad.
Probably. I mean, that's just low-key expected if that's gonna be a thing. The fuck, yeah. They all have
but-
different fucking auras and shit.
But see, here's the problem. It's not even just that, okay, he's getting like a fucking little mini.
Dude, they've gotta be fucking with us.
Well, listen, we already know they're fucking with us. They don't give a shit. Just like you said, I don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit.
They're fucking making whatever, dude. Yo, you understand when it comes to the video games, that's dangerous territory. They have all the right to make up whatever fucking decimal point of a fucking transformation that they want. Where it's not that big of a fucking deal. Like, they can make Ultra, and the fact that they still call it Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan should tell you something. Like, there's characters and units in the fucking games that still carry that tagline. Even though it doesn't exist anymore as far as, like, you know, bringing it up. Like, ever since Whis was like, yeah, that's too long. Let's just call it Super Saiyan Blue. All right, good. Thank you. That's something that was necessary because having these long-ass conversations, I feel like people would have just called him Super Saiyan Blue just because. Because like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. What the fuck is going on here? Okay? Like, that's ridiculous. So now we got Ultra Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. It would be at no surprise to me if they decided to have Super Saiyan God, or no, Ultra Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Extended. Or Ultra Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Limit Break. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit that happens in the video games. However, what I don't like, and this is a repeat conversation right now, I don't like when they do things that could happen and should happen in the actual canonical storyline. And when I saw Golden Cooler, I got mad. I was very upset.
Well, first they have to implement Cooler into the shit.
Well, that's why it's upsetting. Because it's like, think about it. It's like we're waiting for Cooler next. We've been waiting up for Cooler next.
I feel like by the time we get Cooler, he'll probably have everything we want out of him. Like as far as all the forms and shit already. I don't think they'll make him work for it.
I don't think he's gonna have gold. I'll tell you that.
Facts. That's what I'm saying.
It might be better than gold then, if that's the case.
He's gonna be white cooler.
white cooler, man. Man, I said this on an older episode too. I was like, yo, I hope that Black Frieza is not it. I want that motherfucker to go white Frieza after that and really sideline every single person and totally exceed the expectation. Because originally I used to say platinum. I want to see Frieza go platinum because he had gold, right? Because why would you wouldn't go silver? You wouldn't, bronze. That's like degrading. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, well maybe platinum could be the next one. So instead, they're like, oh no, we're just gonna go with regular colors, right? We're gonna go with black. All right. Black Frieza fucked up Ultra Ego and an Ultra Instinct in one shot. There's a power scanner right there. You don't need to explain fucking nothing to me. So anything else outside of that, like, yeah, white Frieza. That shit would be fine.
Diamond embezzled Frieza.
Diamond embezzled Frieza. Now that's a name. That's very Japanese. Nah, but not enough names though. You would need Diamond embezzled Ultra Max Symphony Frieza.
Super Diamond embezzled, super embezzled.
Yes, there you go. You got it. You got it.
You can't look at me like that. Like it's not some shit they've already put out though.
Yeah, right. Like that's how the shit works, man. That's fucking up.
We have Dragon Ball Superhero with Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Stop playing with me.
Like literally, like there's no lies detected here, like none. So yeah, I saw that and I was just like, man, I gotta talk to these guys about this shit because, let me also say this, like, listen, if you play the game still, I'm not knocking you for playing it. Enjoy that shit. Watch your money, please. But, just be mindful of that and, enjoy what you enjoy. I used to play it. I quit a very long time ago. Okay, not gonna lie. All right, because I got hoed on the fucking banner for the anniversary. All right, so fuck that. And fuck all these gacha games at the same time while I'm at it. But, like, those are my little gripes. It's just that they're still making these fucking forms. And here's the real gripe. It's how people really react and respond to those forms. Because then they're like, I'm sure, and I haven't seen it, but I'm sure there's someone out there that sees the word Ultra and then they're like, oh, is this Gogeta with Ultra Instinct and Ego combined because it's Goku and Vegeta? And like they're gonna draw their whole ass conclusion. And then
on the fact that their aura shifted a slight hue.
A slight hue, right? This is what I mean. Like, this is the shit I'm trying to avoid, right? Trying to avoid. Because that is not the fucking case. And that's the other thing. I hope that if we ever do see a true Ultra Gogeta, it is exactly how we envision that motherfucker to look. Where he got the purple and the white. To almost kind of be like a Gotenk situation. So, yeah. So is there any other things that y'all want to put out there before I go over these Patreon shoutouts?
No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it is that time for the Patreon shoutouts. All right, here we go. Shout outs to Jayante Sheridan. Thank you. Shout out to our boy Jerick Rivera. Thank you. Shout outs to Louis Barnett. Thank you. Here we go. Shout outs to Mark Wesley. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Ready? Shout out to our boy Mr. Washed. Keep it clean, everybody.
Wash your ass.
Wash your ass. Shout outs to Soul Awakens.
Wake your ass up.
Wake. From the land land of the rising sun. Our boy, Juice
I'm adding Juice to my 2023 goals. He needs to come on here.
That is a fact.
That'd be funny as well.
That would be a great episode. You know what? That would have to be something where if we were to actually get him on, because the time difference is crazy to work that out, because this man's literally from Japan. For those that think this is a fucking joke, this is no joke. Okay, he's a real deal.
We're gonna do that shit at like fucking 10 a.m. our time.
Well, no, I was gonna say we'd have to do it like we might if we can ever get him, we'd have to obviously do it on a time that would work for the three of us clearly. But then like that would be a very special case. We might have to do a live for that one. Just to take advantage of, you know, like, oh, like we got him, like we gotta just, you know, get him really involved in that one. So that's the thought on that. So yeah, shout out to Juice, of course. That's our boy. And shout out to everyone that have been thriving Ozaru over on the Patreon page. And if you want to hear your name shouted out at the end of these, definitely hit us up, Full Power Podcast, over on the Patreon page. And looking forward to all the continued support from all you guys that have been with us this far along this journey, right? This grand tour. Oh, got him. Anyway, if you have a question, comment, concern, business inquiry, fan art, or you're trying to sponsor, hit us up, fullpowerpod@gmail.com. That's fullpowerpod@gmail.com. And Kai-san.
How about that? Hit us up on the Bluebird.
Follow us on Twitter at fullpowerpod. Brother Uch, is there anything you have left for the people at home?
Stay fresh, stay clean. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That was bars.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got part 2. What
Yes,
you mean?
part 2. See, new year, new slogans.
New year. Who this?
Who this? All right. It was funny because last week when you weren't here, I did your thing for you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
literally went like this. I was like, brothers,
We
you got
both
anything
did.
left for people at home? I was like,
Stay fresh, stay
Stay fresh, stay clean.
Yeah.
all right. Kai
Hard.
Cass, what about you, sir? How about you? What you got for the people left at home?
Good. I'm chilling. Check out what we got brewing in the near future.
Yes.
That's
Switch
about
that Kai Cass-sama. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, hit us up, Full Power Podcast. It's been your boy, Ooch, the lethal one, brother Ooch, and the homie of all the Kais, Kai Cass-san. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves. May the power protect you. Keep it locked, loaded right here on this channel. Stay safe, stay clean, and stay the hell inside. And we'll see y'all next time.